Welcome, everyone. I'd like to call this Ways and Means meeting of Tuesday, August 1st at 4:00 p.m. to order. May I have roll call, please?
Benajak.
Present.
Radke.
Here.
Nemec.
Here.
Millette.
Here.
Herrick.
Here.
Hoyer.
Motion is excused.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Begic.
Here.
Quorum present.
Okay, thank you. What do we want to rise? Like a pledge of allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there any changes to the agenda? This one.
Yes, I have the addition of the Viper Firewall upgrade to add to the agenda.
Do your support?
I'll support it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none. That'll be moved to J. Okay, I need a motion for the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Support.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, see none. Agenda has been approved. Minutes of the 7/11/23 meeting.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion, changes? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, see none, motion carries. At this time is for public input. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address this committee? Please come forward. You have 5 minutes.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Ryan Manns, Bay County Emergency Management. I just wanted to speak a little bit about, Commissioner Benajak asked me to talk about the Bay County Waterway Mass Casualty Training exercise that we had last week. It was one that the county itself, in my tenure here in the last 10 years, we have not undertaken anything that large with as many different disciplines and agencies all coming together. There were 7 different counties. Their sheriff's departments were represented, 9 different municipalities locally, 1 state agency, a federal agency, 2 EMS agencies, and the University of Michigan were all involved in this. And what it entailed was we simulated an accident of an airplane crashing into the bay, and then the response to that, the search and rescue operation, along with the recovery of any of the victims and the recovery of the aircraft as well. This was brought about due to the efforts of Lieutenant Lataki here at the Bay County Sheriff's Department. The dive team, Bay County's dive team, has become part of the Southeast Michigan Dive Group that travels all over the state on different missions that they're assigned. They've been as far north as Traverse City. They helped out in Saginaw earlier this year with that gentleman who was lost boating in those recovery efforts. And they've been together a little over a year. The Bay County Dive Group has been associated with them for just a few months. And Lieutenant Lataki raised his hand when they said, hey, do you guys want to hold an exercise? So he got everybody together, got it all organized. We had both a tabletop the week before, a tabletop exercise, and then the full drill out at the DNR boat launch last Wednesday. It went fantastic. There were over 90 participants there. We had all of the comments coming from the first responders was that it was the best training that they've been to in a very long time. So it was a huge success. All due to the efforts of Bay County Sheriff's Department and their deputies. We are going to do another one next year. It's going to be larger, be a little more in-depth because we did have to abbreviate due to the weather that was coming in. So there were pieces of it that we weren't able to exercise, but we will next year. So I just wanted to give you an update on that. Any questions on that?
Any questions?
No.
Yes, Jim.
Just a comment.
Yes.
I don't want to speak for the 2 commissioners, Kathy and Tim, that were there, but we were invited by Supervisor Glenn Rowley of Bangor Township to vote on his boat and sort of observe from a distance. And I want to compliment the Bay County Sheriff's Department and Lieutenant Lataki for, initiating and providing leadership on it, and your support as well, Ryan. And So it was a great day to be on the water, and it was kind of an exciting event to attend. So I don't know what the other commissioners thought, but we had an enjoyable day, and
Good.
it was great to see all law enforcement responding on the water to something like that. So.
Yes.
Kathy, got any comment?
Oh, it was interesting, too, because the Coast Guard, that was a pretty colorful boat, and it was just amazing. And I was privileged to participate and observe. Thank you.
And I also appreciate the cooperation with all the other teams down south. It was a very, very good operation, and we firsthand saw our new boats that the Sheriff's Department has, and we were very proud of them. So other than that, we're looking forward to next year.
Great.
Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Petitions and Communications. Bay County Remonumentation Administrator, Remonumentation Peer Review Group appointments.
I'll move it.
Support.
Any discussion? Yes, Vaughn.
I don't know, Mark, is Mark Basket here? I don't see him. There's just, and it's not in the resolution, so it's not a problem, but it's in the appendix, C, peer review group, first paragraph, last sentence. It talks about submit their resignation to the county administrator, maybe it should say county executive. It's just a little minor change.
Okay.
So we might want to let Mark know about, if he wants, next time they revise this appendix. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Chris.
That's all.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, see none, motion carries. Bay County Probate Court, 2023 to 2024 Child Care Fund Annual Plan and Budget.
So move.
Support.
Any discussion? Yes, Vaughn?
Somebody here from Probate Court? Uh-oh. We always ask people to be here for their project. I had some questions, but maybe they can get it answered for their full board meeting. I know there's been some changes in child care fund. The state is giving more money, getting more money to it. I think it was less, I can't remember what the numbers were. It's a 50-50 now, and isn't it more for some of the children also?
Yeah, it's being increased to 75% for some services.
So I know it was always a little bit of a drain on our budget, so hopefully it won't be as much drain at this time, so. Yep, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, see none, motion carries. Bay County Sheriff, the JAG application for the year 2023 to 2024.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, see none, motion carries. The OHSP grant application for 2024.
So moved.
Support.
Any questions? Discussion? See none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, see none. Motion carries. 2024 SRP grant.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, see none. Motion carries. The Director of the Department of Aging, Bay Health Plan Donor Advisory Fund Grant.
So move.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. The SCSEP agreement.
So moved.
Support.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. Emergency Management Active Assailant Task Force, AATF agreement.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. Environmental Affairs and Community Development, Bay Area Stormwater Authority, financial audit for the fiscal year end December 31st, 2022. This is to receive.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion?
I know Laura's here. Yes. If you could, explain, I guess we have it now, it used to be with the road commission or the drain commission? Somebody else.
There's somebody else, right? The Drain Commission's office administrator used to kind of administer much of the activities that are required under the permit for the National Discharge Pollution Elimination System, the federal permit, NPDES permit. And I will say that the Road Commission is still actively kind of looked at as kind of the, they house the authority over there, right, over at the Road Commission offices. So Jim Lillo is, kind of serving as the executive of the authority over there at the Road Commission. We're members. There is no fee for membership. This audit is based on historical fees that were paid by early members into the authority. They have not charged a fee for many years, probably 15 years. So this is just residual funds that are available. And that would be for, quite honestly, there are tasks that are common to all, that all of the entities that are regulated, like us as a Bay County is a regulated entity now. Monitor Township, Hampton Township, many of our municipalities in our urbanized area. And so we're required to do, for example, education or marketing about not disposing of materials on the ground, because after rainfall, they get washed into storm drains that then drain to the Saginaw River or the Saginaw Bay. So we're looking at some of this funding might go to advertising on a Bay Metro bus, for example, which, by the way, is also a covered regulated entity, the bus garage.
So any industrial facility with storm runoff has to have an NPDE
NPDES permit, yeah. And that's a Clean Water Act, and that's a federal requirement. I know when this kind of became an activity that we realized we needed to do, that was back in March, I guess, and the renewal was due in April, and it's not just something that we can just casually ignore. We would be in violation of the Federal Clean Water Act if we don't have this permit in place and maintain this permit. They have changed some of the requirements since the last one was issued. Now they're having, people who discharge to the Saginaw River, like Bay County's facilities at the fairground, mosquito control, the buildings and grounds shop, have to do some water quality sampling as well. So there's some changes, and it's a federal requirement that our state, Michigan Eagle Department, is authorized to administer for the federal government, for EPA.
Okay. Anything else, Warren?
No, good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, see none. Motion carries. BCATS, MDOT Master Agreement for the year 2024 to 2026.
I'll move it.
Support.
Any discussion?
Dominic is here. I don't know if he wants to say anything.
So, hi Commissioners. The master agreement basically is just the 3-year cycle for our contract billings to be carried out by the transportation agencies. So each 3 years we do a new one. So that's what this is.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Dominic. Yes, go on. Dominic.
Another point, I just want to say, you have a lot of reports to do. I know there's some other ones that were required about what roads you're going to work on and long-range studies and, and you're not many people in your department
Right.
to do that work. So appreciate all that.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner Begich.
Yep.
Anyone else? I don't want to walk away too fast again. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Dominic. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, see none. Motion carries. Recreations and Facilities, Michigan Community Center Grant.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. The boiler cone replacement.
So moved.
Smooth. Any discussion? I've got one. Kristen, could you explain what that cone is for the boilers?
I absolutely could, but who would do it better is DJ.
DJ.
And ask him to come up here and do that.
Please, thank you.
Hello, everyone. So what we got is we got a boiler cone refractory around the boilers. Basically, in the center of that cone is where the flame cycles to basically get the most efficiency that we can. If it's not perfectly round, which ours is broken, it causes that flame to go off kilter. It's not efficient. Boiler inspector came in and said he recommends us replacing it. So that's what we're asking, to go ahead and fix it. Requesting the
Yes.
money.
Yes, Commissioner.
Let me ask you, how long ago was that? I see it's a 1991 boiler, which is, so it's getting up there. How long can you keep fixing something like that? Is there an age limit on these boilers? I know a lot of school, like when they're in schools and other buildings and other big buildings, they every so often they have to be replaced. But
Our boilers have been very well maintained. We check chemicals in them on a daily basis. So I see the boilers lasting at least another 10 to 15 years.
Okay, thank you.
So.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Thank you, DJ. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. Civic Arena Endowment Fund, Bay Area Community Foundation, $19,000.
So
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. Financial Officer, the analysis of general fund equity 2023. This is to receive.
Move to save it.
Support.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Update regarding Executive Directive 2007-11. This is to receive.
So
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Information Systems, Bay Metro Agreement.
I'll move it.
support.
Any discussion? Yes, one.
There she is. So it looks like that's $85. Is that enough? Are you covering your cost, you think, or?
So previously it was $75, so we increased it this year to 85.
So you're going up.
To, an increase of wages and
Yeah.
so forth. So based on the calculations we did, that $85 is more than enough to cover our costs per hour, including administration and everything that goes into it. So if we look at what Bay Metro is doing, essentially when they purchase computers or equipment, we get a much better deal with Dell. So we're purchasing the equipment and then we're billing them for the cost of that. So it is really, it is a true cost.
Yeah. They're really a separate entity, though. They're not really, do we have any other ties to Bay Metro or like that we do, things that we do for them, accounting or anything like that? You may not know that.
So
I don't know that there's any other,
There's no
this is
other
the only
ties.
contractual,
Right.
this and we have one other contract in ISD to perform technology services, but
Okay.
I don't
there's
know
no
about any
other
other agreements
connections with Bay Metro besides this.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you, Julie.
Many years.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. Payables, general. We got them all. Okay, J, 911 Viper Firewall upgrade. Pardon me?
Well, we voted that.
Motion on payables.
See, just like me. So moved.
Support.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. J, 911 Viper Firewall upgrade.
So moved.
Support?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
I just asked that a copy be forwarded to the ISD department for review before.
Yes, we will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Referrals, any referrals? Unfinished business? Any new business? Amber, is there a need for closed session?
There is not, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any miscellaneous? Any announcements? Yes, Krista. Who's first? Casey.
The Bay City Department of Public Safety is hosting their National Night Out tonight from 5 to 8 down at Winona Park. This event features games, prizes, live music, food, along with plenty of fire trucks, ambulances, and police cars for families to check out. It really is a fun event. If you can, be sure to check it out.
Thank you, Casey. Anyone else? That's one.
The Bay County Fair is next week. We'll be meeting next Tuesday, but it starts on Tuesday, I think 11 o'clock, opening ceremonies. The big event is the livestock or the animal bidding. You can buy cows and ducks and horses. And Mr. Poyer's not here, but he bought a steer a few years ago, so maybe he'll be back in the business again. But Mr. Barsh is usually there, yes.
I recall one of our commissioners paying $300 for a chicken.
Yeah.
And I was at Carby.
I got bid up on the chicken. Don't let them know you're a politician because they'll start bidding you up and up and up and up because they know you're going to go for it, so you keep bidding. So incognito.
On August 4th, at 11 o'clock, they're having ribbon cutting for that fairgrounds. Everyone is welcome to attend. So we would like to see the elected officials, staff, and the public attend. Yes, Jim.
And I will be attending the funeral service Friday, so it might encroach a little. I might have leave a little early on the budget hearing for Gary Glenn, former state representative who represented Northern Bay County for, I think it's 4 years, and then succeeded by his wife Annette Glenn. And he passed away of cancer, prostate cancer, and I'm sure everyone knows that. But so hopefully I'll see you at the ribbon cutting, but it's going to be a busy day.
Thank you, Jim. Anyone else? Yes.
I was also going to mention about the fair, so Commissioner McGinn beat me to it.
Okay.
I have a big book over here, by the way, that they dropped off.
So I just want to mention about the fair. I do want to mention that currently, right now, starting yesterday or Monday, there was we are hosting a national fishing tournament downtown on our Saginaw River and Saginaw Bay, and I'm telling you, this is a big deal. This is getting covered by the national news, fishing, the sports fishing, as well as the national news. It's a very big tournament. There's a lot of money involved, and one of the national circuit fishermen is actually, this is his last big event. He's retiring after this one. And there's a weigh-in at the end of the evening downtown on the other side of the river. And I urge folks to go and at least watch it. There's some beautiful fish. And anyway, it's a real highlight to put us in the national news.
Is this bass or walleye tournament?
It's a bass. Bass tournament, yep.
Yeah.
Which is nice because it's a new species that hasn't necessarily, it's a native species that we haven't necessarily had a lot of media coverage on. And Saginaw Bay is actually one of their favorite locations now in the nation. So.
Thank you, Laura.
And Nick Page actually put a link on our Facebook, so thank you, Nick.
Thank you. Is there anything else? Okay.
Motion to adjourn?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none. Meeting adjourned.
This is not.
Lindsay,
Wait a minute.